Let's do some question on first principle derivative solution. Okay, we are given a problem like this. This is the problem. We have been asked to use the first principle to derive this. 1 over x is a function, and we are given this as the equation to use. So to derive this using the first principle, first of all, using the simple way you will cut it like into smaller pieces and then go step by step. First you write f of x equals to 1 over x. Then next you write so you insert x plus h inside of here. First of all, you put it x, here is x. If it was k, you put 1 over k. If it was k here, you put 1 over k. Now it's x plus h. You will put 1 over x plus h where the x is located. And then from this point, we will have to subtract both of this. And then it will be like this. When you subtract this one, put this f of h, the value of f of h this side. And then you put the value of f of x where there is f of x this side. And then from here you can cross multiply and then take the common denominator. So cross multiplying this one, you'll have x times the one on top, it will be x minus x plus h multiplied by 1, it will be x, and then the common denominator is the product of these two. This x plus h and x is a common denominator, so you'll have x plus h and x multiplied by x. So simplifying the top part, you will have something like x minus h minus x minus h when you multiply by the negative sign outside. So for the bottom part, you can leave it like this for now. So it's the same thing whether you write it like this or you write it the first way, is the same thing. Because see, even if you can put 2 times, let's say it's 2 times 4, and this side you said 4 times 2, you'll get the same answer. It is mostly presentable when it's like this, because we are used to this. This one can be confusing, so So to change it like this is the same thing, you haven't changed anything, just we are putting it in the easiest way where it can be understandable. So from here this one will cancel this one, and then what you have here, you have the results as minus h over x having something like this. And then from here we are at this position, right? This position of the graph we are here. Now we'll put the h. Let's add little bit until finish. We'll add h now. So it be simpler to solve this. When it's big, it's hard to solve it, so it's better to break it to a simpler method to understand. So from here you can add h, because we already solved this one. The top part is this one is minus h over x into x plus 1. So now you can put it like this. And you said divided by h. So remember, this is the step where you normally get confused. If it's divide, right, divide, and then you put divide for this h like this. So you don't put 1 over h, put divide and then put h, and then changing the sign you will put 1 over h then from this point. Or the negative doesn't matter whether you put it here or you put it here. It's the same, to have the same effect. If so, now we are changing the sign. So when you change, you can put 1 over h, 1 over h. Okay, so when it's like this, you can multiply or you can cancel from this point, but it depends how you understand it. So you multiplying by 1, it will be 1. Multiplying by h, you multiply directly like this. This will multiply by this. You multiply like this. When you multiply, so it will be h multiplied by 1 is h. But when there's addition, it's different. Addition and subtraction, you will cross multiply, like as it did happen here, because you see there's a negative sign here, we cross multiply. But when there's a multiplication or division, you have to do like this. You just go it straight as it is. when it's the multiplication, you multiply directly like this, but when it's positive or negative in between them like this, here there's a negative sign, so you have to cross multiply. You see, this is how you have to go through. You multiply this, and then you multiply the bottom part, and then it becomes a common denominator. So when it's the multiplication, you multiply it directly. So I said 1 times 1. 1 times h is h. Then h multiplied by this denominator should be the denominator multiplied by the h. So because h is visible like like 1, you normally don't show it, because but if it was 2, we'll write 2 here. If it was 2 like here, multiplying by 2, it will be 2. And if it was a 3, you will also do the same, it will be 3 here. So because 1, it's normally we take it as a, we don't write it here, but you have to know that we have multiplied by 1. Any number multiplied by 1 is that number. So mostly we can say that any number that you say it was multiplied by 1, so we don't show it. So cancelling h and h will be left with, it's not 0, it's like you are dividing h over h. So h over h is what? It's 1. So here will remain with 1 on top, because you cannot put 0 here, we have to put 1. But if it was 2h over h, will cancel it will be h over h is 1, right? And then 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, so we'll be left with 2 on top. So you can take it as this 1 here, the one that we multiply by here. There's 1 here, but because we don't show it, it will remain after you cancel the h over h, or after you've divided. So you'll be left with 1 over. So at this point, we have already put the h like here. We are done with this part. This part is done. So now we have to put the limit on this one. So putting the limit will have and then we'll put this one as it is, or let's start by putting the equation. This, it will help to solve the equation simpler, breaking it down, and it will be easier when you follow or you do these steps. So steps are important. If you jump, sometimes you can break yourself. If you jump something that's need to go through a step, you will break yourself. So step and making it short to solve this one. So now we say h approaches 0. So now at this point we can put 0 here, because we're putting h already. We eliminate the limit because we are putting the 0 where h is. So you can multiply it before, or you can multiply it after you've put in the 0, or you can multiply it here, you can multiply. They always have the same answer. So you'll be left with x bracket x. 0 is 0, So multiplying this together, you'll have something like 1 over. So this is how you solve so this is f prime. This is f prime of this answer. So that's how you solve it. Simplify it. So you write this here, you write this here, and then you take this, you put it here. Taking this, you put it there, and then you multiply them together, cross multiplying, and then they will cancel out. So if you can pass this step and then you go to this step, mostly I think we made mistake when you at this step, like most of the time, and at this step. So if you can pass these steps, this one and this one, it will be easier. So this is how you'll solve this, and then from there you'll go step by step, breaking it into small pieces, putting the limit and then substituting the 0. So you can try this problem after on the next video for first principle, the first principle video, not other one.